What's the word? It's your boy Mac, back with some more boxing. I want to talk to y'all about fake call-outs. People using call-outs for promotion now with no real intention of getting those fights made. I've been noticing that going on for a while. You got some clowns that do it like Riley Romero and, you know, um, I feel like a few people have done it, but now it's starting to become more commonplace. There's been people doing it where it haven't been, clownish figures or whatnot, whatever you want to call these fools, right? Like, I feel like for a long time, and I talked about it in one of my other videos, I feel like for a long time, Top Rank promoted Manny Pacquiao using Floyd Mayweather's name. I think a lot of people felt that way. And that's been used as a tactic by Golden Boy too. Golden Boy has a fighter. Golden Boy, what they do originated a theory of what I call the black fight. And basically it's like Manny Pacquiao was able to have a career renaissance by riding Mayweather's coattails and attaching his name to Mayweather, as Mayweather was building his legacy up. They built Manny Pacquiao as like the Mayweather stopper. And every time Floyd wanted to make the fight, Bob had an excuse. Floyd had to make the fight himself by catching Manny Pacquiao at a Miami Heat game, right? So they wanted to keep using his name for promotion. That was the most lucrative thing that Bob ever did promotion-wise, right? Was figuring that out. So that kind of set a blueprint of sorts. But the thing is, a dangerous undefeated fighter, if he beat your fighter and he the cream of the crop, that just make your fighter, look like basically it's nothing left for him to do. Because after you done fought the top dog and you done got knocked off, then what you gonna do? You gonna fight everybody under him? So it's what I call, it originated theory of what I call a fighter's black fight. And basically they black fight, it's like you got your toughest, and most of the time, yeah, so, I like the name of it because it's like, it's that fight. It's that one that could take you off the board, right? But also, most of the time, it's with a black fighter though too. And what end up happening is you get a fighter in a division that's the fighter's most dangerous fight, and you always talk about that fight, but you don't fight that fight until the end. You try to build it up, like Mayweather Pacquiao, like Bob Arum did for Manny Pacquiao. Mayweather a younger Mayweather would have hurt Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And I feel like Pacquiao, to me, a younger Pacquiao had more power, but he was arguably more reckless though. You know what I mean? So a younger Mayweather versus Pacquiao would have did a lot, but the fight drug out, and I don't think it had anything to do with Mayweather. I don't think it had necessarily anything to do with Pacquiao. Manny is a company man, so he was just, I leave it to Bob Adam, Mr. Adam, he tell me who to fight, and I fight them. Like, you know what I mean? So he gonna do what he feel is best for the company. I'm not gonna say he gonna do what he told, cause I don't wanna come off like that. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao, legend, man. But he gonna do his thing, and he gonna make sure that he don't fall out with the company. He know the value of being in the good graces of his promotional company, right? Unlike some people. But so they got everything all done and everything like that. Fake call out was not really the intention there, but that's where it got birthed at. So you get a fighter. For Jamie Mungaya, it's Charlo. That's his black fight. For Ortiz, it's arguably Spence, but I want to say it's Boots Ennis. They gonna keep dropping Boots' name dropping Boots. You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep saying, he will hurt Boots. He'll do this, he'll do that. And you know Boots' attitude. Boots is like, let's make it happen. Let's get it, let's make it happen right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know they not gonna do it. They just gonna ride his name. For Ryan Garcia, his black fight was Tank Davis. That's why, you know, Oscar De La Hoya ain't want it to happen right away. Nor the Tank. He can't beat the Tank. He's not a real champion yet. Virgil Ortiz is a real champion. Remember, they all be falling out. They all fall out with their promotional companies, but they turn around and talk shit about Al and talk shit about PBC, right? But anyway, back to the black. And back to that black fight that you ain't trying to have right away. So, but he basically fit himself into that blueprint when he came up to 147. Because the fight everybody wanted to see was Spence. If he wanted to, he could have got the fight right away. I think that insulted him though. That Spence didn't really see him as like a fight that needed to be built up to. It was like, man, you know, you could whenever you ready, you know. And you know, he had a belt at the time. He came right in. He got his belt before, I want to say he got his belt before Spence got his belt. But as the negotiations started to, you know, unfold and everything, and they started to talk about it, you know, Bud was still leaning on 140, and Spence like, man, I'm the bigger draw right now, and like I'm the big fish of the division. Like, I just fought the bigger fight at 147 than you fought at 140. So it's like, yeah, you gotta put the you know, put the money where it's supposed to be at, you know. But he basically said, well, we gonna come back to the negotiation table since we can't figure it out. Errol Spence said, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna clean up my side of the street because that's the easy route. And that's what he meant when he said he was taking the easy route. I hate when people try to take what he said and, you know what I'm saying, twist that shit. And you know, he said, I'm gonna take the easy route, clean up my side of the street, get everything all done. And while he was doing that, Bud, he could have reached out and fought anybody. He could have took any tough fights he wanted. Now, I will say, as far as in-house fights, if we talking about, you know, in-house fights, it wasn't too many people over there at top rank at 147 that he could fight. Them bargain bin dudes. But, you know, he could have definitely made some better fights than the ones he was making. He wasn't really trying to fight threats. Now, his biggest fights were with the two fighters that Errol Spence fought, Kell Brook and Sean Porter. Now, what's funny about that is he tried to discredit the wins for Errol in the K Abdo interview, but he himself fought both of them after Spence fought him. When Spence fought both of them, they were champions. And the only thing that made those fights even matter when he fought those two, Kell Brook and Sean Porter, was that they were attached to Spence, right? The only thing that gave those fights any credence was that, okay, Errol Spence fought Kell Brook, Errol Spence fought Sean Porter, because even at the time he fought him, he had better people he could have fought, better competition he could have fought, you know. But yeah, that's what it is with those fake call-outs. And then he moved up to, he talking about moving up to 154 and fighting Charlo. That's cap. He too small. He way too small. One thing about Bud is he could probably still make 140. You know, Bud ain't a beefy boy like that. And I don't think he finna move up to 154. That's Capito. That's some you know. If you believe that, you know, I got a few bridges for sale, you know. But no, I don't think he moving up to 154, but what you could do is you can just attach your name to another fighter. At the time, Charlo's name was big, you know, he attached to Spence, and it seemed like they all got a problem, like Bo Mack and Bud and all them with like Errol Spence and Derrick James and all them boys, you know what I'm saying? So he called out Charlo, and one thing about Bud is he already stated he comfortable. He not taking no big fights. He don't need them. He don't want them. So we got to stop letting these people use fake call outs for promotion, because I feel like that's what he did with the whole Errol Spence fight. Things was looking shaky, and then he did a bait and switch. He just tried to make it look cool, but wasn't nothing cool about it. I'm out of here. That's all I got though, y'all. Like and subscribe to Mac World. Remember, you can play games, but you can't play boxing. Later.
Right hand on top.